Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
Hit it, Frank! What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Broad Motherfucking Topics. I'm your host, Kim Congdon, here with my co-host,
Alex Scarlato. Hi, Kimmy.
Hi, baby.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
We just smoked the babiest of I smoked I felt like a high schooler.
I'll tell you something about this girl. She will smoke anything.
I will. I I will. It's embarrassing.
Like, I have like clips in my car that to me are garbage and have been garbage for 3 weeks.
I truly just found out that they go bad.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Do they go bad? I don't think they really go bad.
From high school.
It's still going to get you high.
Honey, if I found a dude from the 9th grade, I'm getting high off of it.
Score.
Score. Rad. I start using whatever, as if. Get the picture, duh.
Duh.
Do you remember that?
Loser. What? No, I never. Listen, I was never cool enough to know the hand symbols.
What?
I mean, I knew like loser.
Oh, wait.
Loser, double loser. What?
As if. Take the pic.
What about whatever? Double loser. Whatever.
Loser, double loser, whatever.
Take
what? Whatever. Because it goes from W to E. Whatever. Get the picture, duh.
Do you think that's like a moment in time that will never come back?
Yeah. I can't believe I even brought it up.
There's like 9-year-olds don't do that now, right?
Loser, double loser, whatever. Get the picture, duh. That was it.
I miss the 90s.
I miss how sassy. That's so cute seeing girls just be sassy with their little hands.
I remember
that was our expression of anger as women.
In like
whatever, saying whatever.
Loser. I remember having this outgoing like voicemail. That was like, it's like, hey, you've caught Alex. Dun, dun. It was like everybody had it. It was the same thing. I can't remember what the words were. It was like, you called. I couldn't pick up. Something, what the, like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It was rhyming.
Oh,
It doesn't sound anything like what I'm doing, but like it's in the vein of that.
Yes. I miss maybe I should change my voicemail to be quirky again.
Have a quirky.
I miss the quirky voicemail.
And then for a while it was the whole, where people would be like, hey, just kidding. You reached my voicemail.
Yeah. Hello? And sometimes people the assholes would take it far. They go, oh, hey, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nothing over here, just chilling. Yeah, no, you're actually talking to my voicemail, so leave a message. You're like, Mom died! Mom died! It was crazy.
Yeah.
My friend Mike.
Delivering serious news after one of those is great.
My friend Mike Panic, who...
Turns out you have cancer.
Hello, I thought I had you before. Sorry, I had already told you all this news 10 seconds ago, but...
But we're going to need you to come in and talk to the doctor right away. He's got some information for you.
My friend growing up, Mike Panic, who, looking back on it...
his last name was Panic?
Yeah, and I remember
That's bad vibes.
He was one of the funniest...
Don't name me Panic.
He was great vibes. The coolest vibes. Sweet kid. Very funny. Very fun. And looking back, was one of the funnier people I've ever met in my life. I would say, if he's listening to this right now, like, he had some sort of influence on me comedically, because I just truly, I don't even know if I ever even laughed at his jokes, but I really observed and thought he was funny and quirky, and like I really liked the way his personality was. And I remember his name was Mike Panic, and he would always say that he wanted to be a private investigator when he grew up so he could be PIMP. And that's just one of the little things I loved about. Isn't that great?
PIMP is good. I like it.
And then his voicemail also, I remember I copied his voicemail idea, because
that's how you know you think a person's funny.
Yeah,
if you're copying
you steal their jokes. Yeah, this is before I knew how to have jokes on my own.
No, but I think that's like a kid thing. No kid has their own jokes. Every kid steals jokes.
Every joke came from another joke.
Yeah,
everything came from something. But his voicemail was, and still probably make this joke. I still probably steal this joke.
Okay.
I actually know I've said
You're
this
outing
joke.
yourself?
Yeah. I know I've said this joke still. That is his joke from the 6th grade.
Okay.
7th grade. His voicemail said, "Hey, you've reached Mike Panic. Leave your name, number, and social security, and I'll get right back to you." And I think it is just so funny to casually ask someone for their social.
Love
I
it.
still do it to this day.
Love it.
I'm a joke thief.
You do mention socials.
Yeah, that was my influence on that. I think it's just so funny.
Yeah, that's great. That's fun. 7th graders are funny. I feel like 7th grade is when you realize that you're funny. That like you could be funny. You could say things that like kids aren't supposed to say.
I miss when I could just be funny without having the pressure of being like, I gotta write that down. I gotta tell you, as a comic, it gets dark like that. When every funny moment in your life is part of your job.
Well, the reason that it feels dark is because then you go to write it down, and once you write it on paper and you've been thinking about it for 3 minutes straight, it's not as funny anymore. And that's when you want it to be the funniest, is when you're writing it down thinking this is a bit I might do on stage next week.
And you're like, not only could I not enjoy it in the moment because I was thinking how I had to write it down, it's not even good when I wrote it down.
So that's annoying. But most of the things are good when you write them down. It's just that you've spent that 3 or 4 minutes thinking about the joke and how it should go and how it should be presented, that it becomes less funny to you. The concept is usually still funny, and when you deliver it for the first time, people will think it's funny. But I get that being an annoying phenomenon.
Like I remember in college, me and my friends used to just say this, and it was so funny. I remember I actually, maybe I should bring it up again, but we used to say it in a bit, how we were like, me and my friend were sitting by the pool one time, we were drunk, and we kept saying, and I don't even know who knows, this could also be stolen. Now that I'm thinking about it, who knows if anything funny I've ever said was even mine, or a friend said it, and
or
I
if
started
you were
saying
just around funny
and a friend
people.
got it from a movie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I don't know. Who knows? PIMP might not even be, that might have been fucking,
that might not have been his real name.
that might have been Michael Peterson's joke.
It could have been Michael Peterson's
You
joke.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But me and my friends used to sit by the pool drunk, and we'd be like, we're just a couple of 6s who thinks we're 9s that looking for 10s that think they're 3s. And it was just so funny to me.
I love that.
It is just funny.
That is so you.
Yeah.
That is so
Who
something
knows if
you
it's
would
me?
say.
I don't know.
Well, it's what you've made yourself into, Kimmy.
That's who I am now.
It's certainly how you present.
My friend Kelsey, for her 21st birthday, we got her a keg. She got so drunk before the keg even got there.
I never liked a keg.
But we needed her to do one keg
The
stand.
way people would
but
get
she was
excited about a keg.
too drunk to do a keg stand.
Uh-huh.
So instead of going upside down, she crouched on the top of it.
Like a gargoyle?
And that's exactly what we called it. It was the gargoyle. And she was like drunk, so her eyes were a little wonky. And she was just on it with the thing in her mouth. But
No. No, I watched a male friend of mine who I was like really close friends with, like really love this dude. At a college party once, wanted to do a keg stand while he was already kind of fucked up. And I remember being like, don't do the keg stand. You're good right now. I promise. And he was like, nah, I'm going to do it.
I hate when a guy confidently doesn't know what's best for him.
And he got up to do the keg stand, and the person, like, you know, people hold your legs up or whatever. When they placed him down, I've never seen anything so cartoonish in my entire life. He did the keg stand. He did a long one. And when they placed him down, he like stood up with like stiff knees, almost like putting a Barbie doll down, right? Like he stood up with stiff knees.
He couldn't even bend.
Stood there for a second, and I watched his eyes roll around, and then I watched him go limp and fall backwards. How embarrassing is that?
Embarrassing.
How wildly embarrassing.
Embarrassing. College is embarrassing.
College is so embarrassing.
Dude, I did some embarrassing things in college.
How embarrassing how? I did embarrassing things with dudes in college, I feel, where it was like
college
the
was
way I would do anything for attention.
Easily my sluttiest time of my life.
You don't have to tell me.
College, I went in, dude. College, I drunk drove.
Well, college, I was dating my high school ex who was just constantly cheating on me. And so I was always in a battle to cheat on him harder without him finding out about mine. So it was like I would learn that he cheated on me on like 3-4 separate incidents. And I'd be like, I'll get him back with 6 and he won't even know about it.
Now you're having to tally up your dick.
Truly
to
my
keep
attitude.
up with the cheating.
And then like not knowing what he did when he was cheating because he was just like,
you're like, I gotta
always
do
lying
anal
about it.
now.
I was like, I gotta do everything. I gotta really give it up.
Just in case. You can't have one up on me.
He can't have one up on me.
Whoa, that's such a toxic mindset.
It's so toxic. Yeah, that's how it was. Isn't that crazy that me as a person literally used to be like that because of a man's influence in my life?
No, that's nuts.
Yeah, they can drive us up the wall.
Yeah,
people.
listen, a dick will drive you up the
and
wall.
even hate it. Like I obviously loved him because I wanted to stay with him, but like also I hated him. It was like wildly toxic. And I forgot where I was going with this.
You were fucking and sucking in college.
Oh, yeah. I was fucking and sucking, but I felt guilty was where I was going. Even hating him, I felt guilty about all of it.
Yeah,
so I was like putting myself through this like constant feelings of guilt. It's crazy. It's true.
Crazy.
Just because I didn't want him to have the one up on me.
Man, we'll do anything for a little revenge. Huh?
Anything. I'll live with my own thoughts forever as long as you didn't get one over on me.
As long as you don't know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'll think it.
I'll think it.
I'll sacrifice and think it as long as
Sure, did I do some shameful things to get back at you and I have to live with them forever now that we're broken up? Yeah, but do I feel good that I did those in your face?
Yeah.
Also, yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
It's crazy.
I've done things to get back at people that they will never find out about, and I'm like, but it does make me feel good. Still,
and also the fact that they'll never find out about it actually makes me feel like I got over on them twice.
Yeah.
So it's like, not only did I cheat on you, but I found out about at least 90% of the times that you were cheating because I'm fucking smart and I have my eyes open, and you had this ego about you that you thought that you were above getting cheated on. Like, so I feel like it's adds insult to injury that he never found out about it.
But a little part of me goes, it would be nice to hurt him and tell him.
Yeah, I've had that daydream.
It's a dream, but we could only but dream.
But I think it's at that point you won. You walk away with your chin up high and a little cum on you.
Your chin up high and cum on your lips.
Come dribbling down that chin.
With your cummy chin up high.
Cummy chin up high, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I was walking around college with my cummy chin up high.
I did embarrassing things in college.
Like what? Like how much was your desire for attention being channeled into other things besides being funny, I guess is the question. Were you a table dancer?
Yes.
Okay. I see you as being a table dancer.
Table dancer.
You got to get eyes on you, baby, somehow.
Table dancer. I was less of a table dancer, more of a, this is how I was embarrassing. Blackout. Like, I one time did this. I was at a bar that was 2 floors.
Move closer because you're just like, I want you more in the shot. I just want you closer. All right, you guys, let's take a second and talk about one of our sponsors. Right now, I'm talking to auto mechanics as well as super cool do-it-yourself guys who work on their own cars. And I'm here to talk to you about rockauto.com, the online store with every auto part at the best possible price. This is your one-stop shop for everything auto parts. RockAuto.com has been in business for 20 years, and they make it easy to find the parts you need at the best possible prices. So no more talking to counter guys who need to order your parts, aren't really sure what you're looking for, never have quite what you need, and then after all the hassle will still charge you storefront markups. At rockauto.com, you could easily find everything you need, and whether you're a mechanic, an auto shop, or just somebody working on their own car, everyone has access to the same incredible pricing at rockauto.com. So if you're a car guy right now, go to rockauto.com and check out all the parts available for your car. They have this next line actually literally written in the copy, and I always love saying it. It says, you're going to have so much fun looking at car parts. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure if that's true. I think it greatly depends on your personality. Some of you might have a blast looking at car parts, and some of you might just be going there for the thing that you need and kind of checking out and blazing through the process. But you know what? It's going to be really convenient and easy. So if you do need a car part, regardless of whether you're going to have a fucking blast and the best time of your life there, head to rockauto.com. It might be totally worth your while. One more time, that's rockauto.com. There's no promo code needed because their pricing is already that good. But when you order, make sure you let them know over at rockauto.com that you heard about them on Broad Topix podcast. rockauto.com. Let's get back into the show.
So I was at a bar that was like stairs.
Now you're too close, but I'll let it live.
Like here?
Yeah, perfect.
I was at a bar that had stairs. It was 2 stories, and I got blackout drunk on the 2nd story. And in my head,
listen, you got to start at the top. You got to work your way down to the basement level of the bar.
well, that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
I started at the top was my mistake, and then I said, I'm in heels. It is too hard to get down these stairs. And wow, they should have an elevator, and they are wrong in the disabled community. So I'm gonna show them why.
So you fell down the stairs and injured yourself.
So I took a server tray and I slid down the stairs like a sled drunk.
No, you didn't.
Yes.
And you were wearing your heels, or did you pop the heels off for it?
I popped the heels off, and I sat with my drunk friend, and we got on the thing, and we slid down the stairs on the thing, and then got kicked out. And I worked there.
You worked at that place?
Yeah, I was just off drinking.
Did you get fired?
No, but I got in trouble.
That was
I had a lot of meetings at that place.
That was
One
nice
time-
of them to not fire you, because that's definitely fireable.
One
We
time-
cannot have our employees sledding down the stairs. Like, we don't, it's not even like a mattress at a sleepover. These are plastic
Food
trays. Dirty plastic trays.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
One time they had a meeting to yell at a few of us for drinking too much on the job, and I showed up blackout drunk.
To the meeting?
Me and my friend decided just to have a couple 3 or 4 martinis each before we went.
Just 3 or 4 martinis is all. Just 3 or 4 of the strongest drink that they make.
3 or 4 martinis is all it took for me to get into a nose-to-nose argument with my manager and still not get fired, because then I found out he was also blackout drunk secretly.
No.
Yeah, it was a mess of a place.
I was reading a news story yesterday where very recently a Canadian mayor met with the families of victims of drunk driving incidents. Maybe it was Australian.
Wow.
Canadian, or maybe it was Australian.
Okay.
She met with the family of people who were in horrible drunk driving accidents.
Okay.
And then got into a drunk driving accident on her way home.
No.
Yeah.
On her way home?
On her way home from the meeting.
No.
Specifically.
She was drunk.
She was drunk, and she got into a drunk driving accident on her way home from the meeting.
Wow. Talk about a fake ass bitch.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. What was her job?
Mayor. And it's annoying because it's like you don't hear about women in positions of power like that often, and this bitch is
In my defense,
truly.
if anybody knows I'm a woman's woman. It's stressful being a mayor as a woman. She was probably fucking stressed after she heard all those drunk driving stories. She needed to drink and drive a little to get it off her mind.
I almost sort of feel like she was drunk at the meeting with them and then drove home.
That's even better.
It's crazy.
That's even better.
It's crazy. It's almost an example of a woman being given power and being like, I must be a man now. I'm just going to act like one of them.
Yeah.
I have zero concerns. I already got the job. I'm their mayor. Fuck them.
How did she go to that drunk?
How do you talk to?
They were like,
the
you have to go
parents
talk
of
to some victims
kid who
of
died on
drunk
prom
driving. And she
night.
goes, I need a drink for this.
I can't.
She goes, I'm gonna have to down something to get through this. And then I heard a, and Johnny was gone. And she goes, I'm sorry.
And this is why our town is working our hardest to not let this kind of thing happen again.
Listen, Johnny will be missed. It's the thing. Johnny? What can I say about Johnny? And they're like, his name was Christopher. What can I say about Christopher? Christopher.
Now, never knew him personally, but
Boy, am I.
boy, was he drunk when he was driving that car.
Oh, I mean, we're all sad about Christopher.
Christopher.
Sloppy drunk at this meeting. I like to imagine her just fucking getting it. They're watching her get in the car, and she gets in the passenger.
She rubs her eye with makeup on.
She gets in through the trunk.
She gets in through the trunk.
Crawls to the front.
Yeah, she's missing a shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's eating McDonald's already. She's
Good
like
times.
drunk. She's, you know, when you're drunk and you're trying to get sober up to eat for some reason. That's in college. They're like, give her bread. In college, the amount of people I saw overdosing from alcohol, legitimately needing to be hospitalized, and they're like, give them bread.
4 a.m, McDonald's in the Penn State. It's fucking it's truly like a parade. It's like the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Everybody's
There's
there.
stabbings?
They're on each other's shoulders.
There's deaths?
It's more like the Gay Pride Parade. They're on each other's shoulders. They're looking for McDonald's. They all want. There's
cum everywhere.
700 people in the room. Cum everywhere.
College was a wild time.
College is wild. It's on one of our previous episodes, we were talking about how we would never dream of fucking without time to take a shower before we leave the house again.
Yeah.
And thinking about like, aside from the outfits, how horrifying the walk of shame is.
Oh, and also I would just fucking go to sleep in college. I would get fucked and I would go to sleep and I'd wake up in the morning and meet my friends and have a beer before I went home.
And you'd still be wearing the outfit from last night. There'd be cum in the outfit.
In my hair.
The cum in the hair. Don't get me started on the cum in the hair.
Don't eat at a college girl's restaurant because there's cum in her hair.
The number of times I walked around college with a little bit of cum somewhere around here in my hair that I kind of vaguely...
Sometimes you could smell it.
I waited for it to dry and tried to brush it out a little.
Oh, you waited for it to flake so people thought it was just dandruff? Been there.
I don't like the idea of like pulling wet cum along my hair to try to pull it out with like a tissue.
Spreading it thinly through your hair.
You wait for it to dry.
Like a human.
And you work at it. You tease it out.
You don't brush wet cum through your hair. You wait for it to dry like a fucking lady.
Listen, you tease that cum out once, now you're gonna have to tease it out again.
You tease it twice.
You can double tease that cum.
Double tease the cum if you need to.
Yeah. It's horrifying. My hair was crispy sometimes. Like, it's just a little gel.
One time I wanted to fuck so bad in college. I drove drunk.
Okay.
To a guy's dorm.
Mm-hmm.
Don't remember driving there.
It's okay. You wouldn't have made that decision if you weren't drunk.
I'm the mayor of that town. I drove drunk to this, and I don't drive drunk anymore. If anyone's mad at me, this was so fucking
me
long
either.
ago.
But a lot of people do it as teenagers. I used to do it so often.
I don't think I drove sober as a teenager. So.
I just thought it was fine. I was like, that's not going to happen to me.
You don't think you're going to die when you're younger.
Invincible.
That's why all these accidents are like teenagers driving down the wrong way of a highway. But I drove drunk to a guy's dorm, fucked him. The next morning I woke up obviously a little less drunk. And when I went out to the parking lot.
I like how you said a little less drunk. Like you were drunk enough. Like there was no chance of you waking up sober. You only woke up a little less
I got
drunk.
there at like 4 probably.
Okay.
And I woke up pretty drunk. So go out to my car. And it is, the parking spots go like this. Like these are the spots, right? It is pulled in as if I came in like took 3 spots because I parked.
You're parked across the spots.
Across the vertical spot. I'm horizontal on a vertical spot, but not even fully. It's just like I pulled in.
Like you didn't even pay attention to the lines such that you could have taken 2 spots, but instead you took 3.
Best part, driver's side, fully open door. Just open the door.
You opened the door and walked in.
I pulled up like I was stopping by for a quick dick.
That is shocking. That's almost like wake up call status.
No, it was. It was
you changed after that.
Yeah, I actually, it was the last time I drank a lot in college. It was like my last big binge.
Yeah, where you're like, this can't go on. I'm going to get myself in trouble.
Yeah.
Or worse.
Yeah, I was like, this is bad.
Yeah.
I knew it was getting bad in college when I would leave class to stop by a bar, order some food, and have a pitcher of beer before my next class.
Really?
And I'm like, a pitcher of beer. And it was just normal.
I feel like I never looked forward to drinking like that. Maybe a little bit in high school when I first started, but in college even, I felt like drinking was a chore. And it was a chore I was willing to put up with because I wanted to be social and get fucked by people who could get me back at my boyfriend.
No, I love drinking in college.
I hated drinking. I always looked forward to like pregame hours. I loved having girls over to my apartment to pregame because I felt like I could just chill at my apartment with them for like 40 minutes. And I dreaded the part where we were actually going out to the bar. Mm-hmm. I was always excited to be getting back home at the end of the night and chilling like in a more private location.
I will tell you that in college, I felt a lot like that. Where I like drinking, which I think is a little different, is like I actually genuinely enjoy beer during the day in the heat of Florida. I don't know how to describe it. To me, it's such a different thing than nightlife out liquor drinking. It's like a beer is like a soda to me. I enjoy it like a soda, but it's so alcoholic. but I feel the same way about liquor. Like I didn't like to drink liquor even in college.
Yeah.
And then I tried not to drink a lot of beer.
I used to force it down just to be cool.
Me too. And it would hurt my stomach, but I would still do it.
Oh, embarrassing things from college. I thought of one.
What?
A freshman year. It was like a trend, by the way, at Penn State that like a bunch of girls would do it. So like you would basically plan to get blacked out, and over the course of the night you would tally up your drinks on your wrist.
We did that too.
That's so embarrassing, dude. Imagine seeing a wasted girl walking around with a 15 tally on her wrist. And she's proud of it. She's like, what?
How many guys are gonna rape you?
How many cuts you would have had on your arm if you didn't find yourself going out drinking every night? Depressed girls. It's crazy. It's truly crazy.
We used to go to this place in college called Cantina 101.
Okay.
And
sounds fun.
We would just order fish bowls of liquor.
I remember the fish bowls of liquor were a trend too.
Really?
Yeah, they'd be like truly this big, and they would be dyed insane colors, by the way, where you're like, I don't know what liquor gets me bright blue. It's crazy.
We would go in there, and the cool thing about my college experience is I worked at the, if I may quote, during my time there, I worked at the #1 college bar in the nation, voted by Playboy magazine.
Okay.
So I worked
impressive.
at a
I didn't realize that I was sitting at the table with a genius. That's what makes you a genius.
You didn't know that you were with genius and royalty?
Wow.
The #1 college bar in the nation.
The princess of the #1 college bar in the nation, as told by Playboy.
I could truly describe the bar that I'm working at as a college version of Coyote Ugly.
Okay.
So much fun. And I thrive in that.
She's the life of the party, by the way.
Honey, my first day on the job, I put a sorority girl up by her neck on the wall.
Party don't start till Kim gets there, and everybody knows it.
I was fucking running. Me and my friends were running that place.
I believe it.
Absolutely running it. It was unhinged.
You tend to run the places you go to.
Yeah.
You can't tell me you weren't running the griddle for a while.
Oh, I ran the griddle.
Yeah.
Honey, if you know the griddle, I ran the griddle.
It's like when Kim arrives, you better know that royalty is here. She's going to take over the spot. Have I taken you there?
They treat me like that there.
They truly do. Kim took me to the griddle.
And the boss hated me. I think I got fired, but she knows.
On my first trip to LA ever, Kim took us to the griddle, and the way that we were treated like kings, there was more food on the table than I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah. The owner loves me.
Mm-hmm.
The managers didn't like me, I don't think. But the owner loves me.
Yeah. So anyways, you were at the top college bar.
Top college bar. I don't know what I was going with this. But I would just it would be like one of those bars, I would get on the table. If a guy a guy would be like, what should I order? And I get a tsunami shot. He's, what's that? You order a Jaeger and I'll show you. And then he'd take a Jaeger and I'd throw a cup of water in his face. I was like, me and my friend Kelsey.
Fish bowls.
Me and my friend Kelsey would go up to strangers at the bar and go
weird
and push their faces out of our way.
Weird, because you know what? Also, I felt a little moisture with that.
Isn't it?
And when you're drunk, I can only imagine how much moisture there is.
Isn't it invasive?
That is so invasive, dude.
Did you feel offended when I did it?
No, it's you. But if a stranger did it, if a random girl came up to me and did that, I would
do it to guys for money.
Okay.
They like it.
Yeah, sure. If a random girl came up and did that to me, I wouldn't say shit to her face, but I would be telling everyone around me that I wanted to fight her. I'd be lying, but...
They would have us dress like Santa Claus hookers during Christmas. We also had to dress like hookers. On wing night,
they put you in the Mean Girls costume for Christmas.
Yeah, and wing night was every Monday night. They have 25-cent wings and dollar pitchers or something like that. And
Stampede came through.
Yeah, and they made us wear jerseys that were low cut and the back said "Get wet."
Fuck yeah. No rules.
No rules.
Did you ever go to class?
I have vague memories of some classes.
The way I can only remember one class from Penn State, and I remember it as being a class that I went to 3 times and decided I will never go to this class again. It sucks so bad.
I was just never a good student. I don't even know if I didn't go to UF first. I didn't get right into UF. In high school, throughout my whole life, I didn't have parents sitting me. My parents weren't very like involved at all with me. Like my mom took care of like the outward appearance. Like our house was clean and I always looked nice and I was well fed. Like everything was good. The basics, but very good. Like always top notch of the basics.
But nobody was telling you to do your homework.
Nobody was telling me to do my homework. Nobody was telling me to think of my future. Nobody was telling me how to save money. Nobody was teaching me important life lessons. Nobody was teaching me morality, what's wrong and what's right. All of those things I taught myself.
Right.
Which sometimes I still get them wrong, and I'm sorry if I've wronged you.
You're so cute. That's adorable.
If you're watching this,
everyone.
if you're watching this and I've ever wronged you, I didn't know. I was teaching myself.
She tries to do the right thing.
I do. I really do. But where were we going with this? What was I even saying with this?
This smoke break is brought to you by YoDelta.com, the official Getting High sponsor of the Gas Digital Network.
So in school I didn't get good grades. Like I was very much like every time I got a report card back, I would have like basically straight C's and like a D in math because I was or an F in math. So it looked like I was a horrible student, but really I was just getting by. Truly, I was just doing just enough that I understood that I got at. Everything that I learned at school was the extent of my knowledge. So if I didn't have a teacher that was one-on-one with me, I didn't get like a special thing at home where there was like, you know what I mean?
Tutors like coming over to help you with the stuff that you're not doing.
Or my parents, just my homework had to be done or not. Like it didn't matter. As long as I didn't have D's, my parents were like, fine. And all of my report cards were like, doesn't pay attention, too talkative.
I got that a lot too.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand, like I truly didn't understand. I was like, do they want me to be miserable? Like the too talkative thing in particular, I was like, I don't feel that I'm interrupting class. I'm just talking when I've got an opportunity to talk.
I was fully class clown.
Yeah.
Interruptive. Yeah. You were probably like sweet and like with your girlfriend, like chatting about your favorite bracelets.
I wanted to talk to whoever was sitting next to me. I was just like, let's talk.
No, the teacher would be like, and then there was Gladius Hart, and I'd be like, sounds like fart. Like I was like that student.
Like she couldn't even come up. She paid attention so little, she couldn't come up with a real example of something that you learn about. She was out there. She was out there learning about Gladius Hart, whoever that is. I can promise you. I can promise you did not learn about Gladius Hart in school. You can't think of anything. I'm George Washington Carver. Like somebody real.
Can I explain to you why I chose Gladius Hart? I needed something that rhymed with fart. And I couldn't think of someone that rhymed with fart off cuff. I could think of a historical figure in the universe.
You could have said art.
Yeah. Well, today we're learning of the history of art. That rhymes with fart. Is that better?
To this day, Kim and I truly feel that the funniest things that we've ever come up with together were when we were at Six Flags last year. We're on acid, and the roller coaster keeps making this fart noise when it comes to a halt. And Kim,
but it was like if they had a fart button and God was pushing it in the sky. And that
was the sound the roller coaster made when it was stopping. And
would give an extra like at the end. Like I feel like it was even more than yours. It was like comically like it sounded wet.
Different noises. It was like
like every time it stopped, it was a different fart. And me and Alex were in our 30s. Cackling in these Six Flag lines.
We couldn't take it. We were on so much toy, dude.
We started doing bits.
The best bit we've ever come up with is when Kim said, I study fart history. I'm a fart history major. And I said, yeah, I know. She went to PU.
It really took us for a fucking spin.
We missed riding rides that day because we were standing there laughing, crying about the farts.
It was so funny that we waited for that fart roller coaster for over an hour, and when we got to the front of the line, they're like, it's broken. We were like, of course it is. It's shit itself.
It's been shitting all day.
And we were like laughing, leaving the line. Like, it was so funny.
Oh, good times.
But
dude.
yeah, I was always the class clown. I don't know if I told you this, but I posted like a little like inspirational reel recently of like people talking shit and then all the cool shit I've been doing. And this girl commented and said, I remember in 5th grade when you told the teacher you were going to be a comedian and she laughed at you.
I love that. She remembered.
And she made fun of you or something like that, she said. And I was like, also, why were teachers so mean?
Teachers are crazy because they're teachers, first of all. And listen, if you're a teacher and you're not acting like this, then you're wonderful. But if you're a teacher and you feel like
teachers,
I didn't really want to be a teacher. I wanted to be a scientist and I ended up being a science teacher, whatever. And you think that whatever a kid wants to do sucks because you're not happy with your own life, then you suck.
Teachers are police officers. Some are really good and most are pretty bad.
Yeah.
There's some that are like, this is what we wanted when we built this thing. This was like the image, like you are the image, and that's like some officers are like, man, he knows the community, he's helping out, he like genuinely wants to make his precinct like the best.
He'll put himself in danger to help someone else.
He knows the neighborhood kids. He's like,
he knows the meaning of this job.
He's giving people a ride home. Like he's protecting and serving.
Right. If he pulls somebody over and they have a toddler in the back who doesn't have a car seat, he drives them to pick up a car seat and instead of giving them a ticket.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. There are teachers like that, but most growing up were horrible. I had a teacher tell me legitimately in Florida that you could survive off ice cream sandwiches. That was a fact I took with me into my mid-20s.
Hold on. I think that he was trying to make a point that you could survive off of ice cream sandwiches. Like if you were in the wilderness, all you had was ice cream sandwiches and you have 3 weeks, but you only have 3 weeks.
No, he said forever. You can't live off of ice cream sandwiches forever.
You can't live, but you could survive for a little while.
Yeah, but you can't live. To tell a 3rd grader you can survive off ice cream sandwiches is
that is a little dangerous.
Crazy thing to say.
Not you growing up with eating problems.
No, I mean, not understanding. I'm like, if I could survive off this, why can't I eat shit like this all the time?
What? Yeah, can I survive off Doritos too? Can I only survive?
I don't need to eat vegetables.
You could survive. You just wouldn't look like you look right now. If you had only eaten the ice cream sandwiches,
I don't think you can actually survive off of an ice cream sandwich. You need water. I mean,
there's got to be a little water in the ice cream.
But that's what he said. That's quite literally, you're having the same logic as my teacher. I said to him, don't you need to drink water? And he said, there's water in the ice cream.
Listen, not me agreeing with your teacher.
Is he wrong? I don't know.
I just think that
Alex is making me think you can't actually survive off ice cream sandwiches.
I think it depends on what your interpretation of the word survive. It's like, how long do you want to survive for? Yeah, I could survive the day with ice cream sandwiches. I could survive a month with ice cream sandwiches.
As a child,
I could probably survive a year with ice cream sandwiches, but I will look like shit.
When you're 8, survive to me means like live off of.
Yeah. He didn't explain things well. And you can't be teaching 8-year-olds if you're not explaining things well.
Because you're not good at your job.
Yeah. You're the explainer to people who need things explained.
I told you that my favorite teacher I ever had, her name was Mrs. Sturgis. Mrs. Sturgis, if you're out there, I'm looking for you, sweetie. She was truly my Miss Honey.
Miss Honey.
God, she was I know she was so sweet because at the last day of school, the entire class cried. And I remember I'd never seen a class cry over a teacher. And the entire class was like, we don't want to leave you. Mm-hmm. We want you forever. And she was like shocked because thinking back, like she wasn't like, yeah, she was very sweet. She was so sweet. I remember the most embarrassing day of her life was when she was teaching and she got chalk under her nose and we was all laughing.
I don't think that was the most
and
embarrassing
she was like,
day of her life.
I felt so bad for her. I almost couldn't sleep that night being like, Miss Sturgis got embarrassed today. And I was so fucking upset, dude. I hated that Miss Sturgis got upset.
There should be a word for the phenomena of like
being embarrassed for someone else.
No, being like really sad. Like somebody, it happens to me with old people a lot. Like the idea that like an old person got nervous about like that they were alone and they were nervous that they might fall at some point and they couldn't wait for their grandkid to show up because then at least somebody else would be there. Like
when someone's reading and you can tell they're nervous, they're reading out loud and you can tell they're a little self-conscious about it. Mm-hmm. Gutting.
Or
it
like
guts me.
If like a even like a 65, 70-year-old woman was walking down the street with her groceries and the bag split open at the bottom and her groceries fell out.
And she's just picking them up.
She's picking them up by herself.
Sad.
It's so sad, dude.
That child that thought she was ugly on TikTok.
The kid who thought she was ugly on TikTok is the saddest thing ever because she is truly one of the cutest little things I've ever seen.
Little girl, she's so cute. She's got these little braids and like her
she's got a little like
you could tell it's like a mom's friend or an aunt that's braiding her hair, and the lady's braiding her hair, and the little girl looks at the camera, and she must be 2 or 3, and she goes just with genuine like not even awareness of what she's saying, just a genuine thought that came out of her head, and she looks at the camera and goes, "I'm so ugly."
And then the lady starts talking her up, and she's like, "Don't you ever say that about yourself. You are beautiful." And the girl starts to cry,
like deeply, like
a little.
Like, how are you so insecure at 3?
Oh, if anybody ever told that girl she's ugly, I will smack them.
You know what she needed? A Sturgis. I tried to. Have I talked about this on the podcast? How I tried to find her last time I was in town, because when I was in 3rd grade in my little hometown, she'd always say that her family owned a company called Sturgis Lumber. Like, should I be saying this? Her name and everything? It's fine, right?
Nobody's
I'm not saying anything mean.
Yeah, no.
If you can find her, good. I've been looking for her. And
tell her she was the best.
Tell her she was the best, not miss her.
Can I tell you something that's going to maybe upset you?
What?
She would be so proud of you right now.
No.
Could you imagine how proud she would be that little Kimmy's stand-up comedian?
Well, this is the problem. I was going through town with my mom, driving through town. I looked to the right, and it's a part of the town that I lived there when I was younger. I moved in the 5th grade from that town. I moved almost every year when I was younger for no reason. We weren't military kids. We were just, when you're poor.
That's not traumatic or anything.
When you're poor, you move a lot. Right. I don't know what else to say.
Your mom stays moving a lot. Every time we visit her, she's in a new place.
Yeah. They're still moving. But in this town that I went to up until the 5th grade, we were driving, and I looked to the right, and what do I see?
Miss Sturgis.
Sturgis Lumber.
Sturgis Lumber.
I go,
it's still standing?
I went, "Mama, stop." She was like, "Why do you sound like that?" I go, "I got a lady to see." I make my mom stop. I go inside, and I see this man. He's about her age. And I remember she said her husband owned it. And I go, "Hi, I just stopped in because I was a student at Pelican Island Elementary." That was my elementary school.
Okay, she went to Pelican Island.
I went to Pie. I would call it Pie. That's what we called it.
Aww.
I went to Pie. Yes, it's true.
I'm going to be a PI when I grow up. Who went to Pie?
It's all coming full circle. So I went to Pelican Island, and I had a teacher in 3rd grade who was my favorite teacher in the world. And this was her last name, and I think that this is her family's place. Do you happen to know blank Sturgis? And he goes, "Yeah, that's my ex-wife." I was like, "Oh, is she here?" He goes, "No,
why would she be here?"
He goes, "No, she cheated on me years ago." I don't even know what this man said, but the way he started going off on my Miss Honey, telling me her business, I truly don't know what he said. I blocked it out. He was trying to shit on her name.
No.
Dude, he was trying to say that she
No, he said, "Well, after she fucked the science teacher."
Yes, it was like that energy, dude. It was like
And then she fucked one of her students, and her career kind of ended, and she went away for a little while, but this is Florida. They don't give them that long. I think she got out about 6 months ago, got on meth for a while.
I beat her with a bat once. She deserved it.
Then, unfortunately, she got bit by an alligator, but you know how things are down here. She's in the hospital for a while.
She's dead. You need some wood. I was like, all right, I'm going to go. This is not the beautiful moment that I thought it was going to be.
You pulled over for her? You got back in the car crying.
My mom was like, "Did you find her?" And I was just like, I had seen like war, and I was like, no. We just drove off into the distance.
Not you finding out all her lifetime tea.
Never ask about your teachers that you loved.
Damn it.
Never try to re-meet your heroes.
Sounds like she was good with kids and bad with husbands.
Hey, we all excel somewhere.
Hey, I get it.
I think that's.
I think we have to.
We have to. You have to start a show.
Yeah.
This was such a fun episode. It went so fucking
This
fast.
was great. I've still never talked about my trip to Italy. It's okay.
my-
The people don't want to hear about it or anything. The people don't want to know about how I'm Italian now and I pay for things in euros. And I Fred bled in the med. We'll save it for another time.
Can you please? Do we have a minute to talk about you Fred blooding and the medding?
Dude, I wish I had one of them on me right now. I think I do. Hold on. I have it on me.
What is it? Oh God, she left us. It's I got to tell you something about Alex. She'll leave you on a Fred bled med cliffhanger. Okay. What is that?
The tampons that I bought in Italy. Okay.
Oh.
I thought that it said regular. Now I don't speak Italian or anything, but I said this is the color that would be a regular tampon in my world.
Yeah.
The yellow ones are the regular size.
Yeah.
And so I didn't ask questions. I bought the tampons, right? This is the morning that we're going for this boat trip, right? I'm going to open this one up. You want to see what this...
Now, who in the hell is
Who
bleeding?
on earth?
Who in the hell is
It
bleeding?
looks bigger on camera, which is pissing me off because if you look at this
Let me
thing,
compare it to my
it's
hands.
like my pinky finger.
This
Put it
is-
next to my pinky. It's smaller and skinnier. Where's my camera? Smaller and skinnier than my pinky finger. Okay.
I could fit about 80 of those in
This
me.
is the only thing that I have in the morning. And it's my first day of my period. So I'm like, I'm going to have to make it work. Maybe it'll be light. Maybe it'll be okay.
I don't even think this gets big when it's full.
I put it in and we leave for a day of 7 hours on the water. Okay. We're going on the boat. It's like we're riding around the island of Capri.
This is all you get.
That's all you get, dude. That's all you get.
Isn't this gross?
That's disgusting. You're not going to drink that.
It really doesn't hold much.
When I tell you, Kim, I'm trying to have the best day of my life. We're riding around the Mediterranean Ocean. I'm swimming at every swimming stop there ever was to swim at. I'm wearing a tiny little blue bikini. We're playing Mamma Mia and singing along. We're
fun.
living a dream,
The
right?
dream. Truly the dream.
We're living a literal dream. And like fast forward 2 seconds and I look down and I swear to God, my once blue bathing suit bottom was red from pussy to ass crack.
No.
I mean, fully drenched.
No.
Drenched in my own blood in the Mediterranean Ocean.
Not drenched in your own.
in the sea.
Is
not me
Scott
bleed-
Chaplin waiting for this
He's
room?
yes, but
Okay,
we're
he just peeked over.
Not me
Okay.
bleeding into the sea.
Not you drenched in your own
Drenched
egg.
in my own. I kept having
She's drenched in her own egg over
I
here.
kept having to swim to get it, like, because it was like coming out really easily, but I kept having to swim to get it out, and so then I'm paranoid that I'm like gonna attract a shark, literally. Way to ruin my day, period.
It's also clear water, so there's just some...
way to ruin one of the best days of my life, period.
You Fred blood in the med.
I Fred bled in the med, and that's probably the only story. I mean, I had a great time in Italy, but that was the traumatic story that I came home with. Isn't that just a nightmare experience? And the way that I'm like so torn between enjoying the best day of my life ever and thinking, and then like we stopped on the island and I picked up a towel and I kind of like diapered myself with the towel. I have nothing. I have nothing.
You're just bloody Alex.
I can't find a tampon to suit my vagina anywhere in this country.
How small are their pussies there?
Whose pussy is small enough for this garbage?
Not the Italians having tidy little putties.
Anyways, sorry for ruining this otherwise great episode with a period story for all of our male listeners that literally...
You're like, wait, I have to gross them out real quick.
all they think is that we talk about periods and we're proving them right, but...
All right, well, it's fine. You guys, thank you so much for listening
Thank
to
you.
this episode of
Thank
Broad
you for listening to my problems.
Broad Topics. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon, on Instagram at Kim Congdon. Check me out on twitch.tv/QueenCong1. And check out my other podcast, This Bitch, with Sarah Weinschink.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at I am Alex Scar and head to gasdigitalnetwork.com. Use promo code TOPIX, TOPIX, to get a 7-day free trial with access to every single episode of this show on demand, bonus content, live chats, all the other shows on the network. Yes! Do it before September 1st when the price is going to go up. And if you like the show, check out my other show with Mike Harrington called Stick and Portly Watch Rick and Morty every
Check it out.
Monday right after Legion of Skanks, only on gasdigitalnetwork.com/live.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.